Surf City, El Salvador. This seaside village is not only a surfer's paradise. Those who follow cryptocurrencies closely know it better as
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach. It's Bitcoin. Y el Bitcoin. ¿Verdad?
It's Bitcoin, 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 right? From a tourism perspective, we know how to tell our tourists apart. We know who's a surfer and we know who's a Bitcoiner.
Salvadoran authorities say Bitcoin has been a net positive for tourism since it was made a national currency in 2021.
What is Bitcoin City going to
And Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, who was recently elected to a second term, is betting big on using Bitcoin as a tool for development. Part of that plan includes a new law that grants expedited citizenship to foreigners who choose to invest in the country using Bitcoin.
There's a remarkable transition going on here, economically, just in terms of sentiment.
Soy Salvador.
John is from Canada, and as of January of this year, he's also a bona fide citizen of El Salvador.
I decided that I really want to be part of what's happening here and support. I'm all in.
Me gusta la playa, y el sol, y Bitcoin.
There's clearly enthusiasm for Bitcoin here, but the love is not universal. Critics say there's a lack of transparency altogether when it comes to matters of Bitcoin and the government.
It's become a black hole for public finance. Everything that has been used for Bitcoin with taxpayer money becomes lost without a trace.
Some argue that big promises related to Bitcoin have yet to materialize, like construction of a mega project dubbed Bitcoin City, powered by geothermal energy from an active volcano. More than 2 years after the adoption of the currency, the use of Bitcoin among a majority of Salvadorans is low. Most still prefer to use paper money. There's also the warnings from the International Monetary Fund over the volatility of cryptocurrencies and the risk of adopting one as legal tender. But despite all this, El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment continues to attract attention.
Whether or not El Salvador's Bitcoin gamble is paying off for the nation's economy is debatable. One thing that is certain is that Bitcoin Beach has become a haven for cryptocurrency enthusiasts from around the world.
Welcome to DRJ Crypto News Update. Welcome to episode 32. El Salvador made global headlines by being the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021. The government encourages Bitcoin use to increase financial inclusion and decrease reliance on the US dollar. They also hope to attract crypto businesses and investment despite the volatility in Bitcoin's price. El Salvador took a different path toward digital payments. In 2021, in order to promote financial inclusion and job creation and facilitate remittances, it became the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. At the same time, the country launched Chivo Wallet, an app that offers many of the same benefits as a central bank digital currency, CBDC, including accessibility and the ability to pay peers and firms and make deposits and withdrawals both in US dollars, the country's official currency, and in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin, of course, is different than a CBDC in many ways, not least of which is that its value is not backed by a central bank. Because of the interest in digital payment systems around the world, El Salvador's experience could be informative. But the country has been tight-lipped about its experience, much to the chagrin of the International Monetary Fund. Yale SOM's David Argente and Diana Van Patten and their co-author Fernando Alvarez of the University of Chicago developed a survey to get more information directly from people in El Salvador and have written a new paper, published in Science magazine, that analyzes Salvadorans' use of Bitcoin and Chivo Wallet. They find that neither Bitcoin nor the app are getting much use, despite a battery of incentives put in place, an indication that governments may face an uphill battle in convincing their citizens to adopt new payment technologies in a way that furthers financial efficiency and inclusion. Let us know what do you think of today's update. Subscribe now. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.